Welcome back to part 3 of our Volkswagen Crafter van conversion build, and we haven't got a clue what we are doing. Today's episode is all about ripping up the floor in the back of the van, which required a lovely trip to the famous place B&Q. Now, this video could be 20 minutes long just based off of the amount of times I had to go back and forth to B&Q because I wasn't sure if I had the right bit. But long story short is, I was in B&Q because I needed a socket set and some torque sets to get the bolts up from the lashing points in the back of the van. More on that later. While I was there, I also grabbed some plastic bottle insulation for later on in the build when it comes to insulating the van, because they were a good price. And I thought, hey, why not? So I grabbed 5 rolls of those, got them in the back of the van, and we headed back to the house to get started on taking the floor up. Now, these are the lashing points that were in the back of the van. I think there's about 7 of them overall, and you need a bolt set to get them out. And this is me just unscrewing one I done earlier before I left B&Q. So as you can see, once you take the 2 bolts out, the whole thing comes out, unscrews, and then you can lift the whole lashing point out. Now, everything was going perfect. The lashing points were coming out until, as you can see, the last 2 were completely rusted and rounded off. Now, I sat there for ages trying to think of a way how to get them out, tried everything, mold grips. In the end, I got Danielle's lovely pink hammer. I got a socket bit that was slightly too small. And as you're about to see, I took it and I used a bit of persuasion by giving it a whack over the top of the bolts, which seemed to stick it on there, which allowed me to get the ratchet set in there and just get enough to undo the bolt. And I was well chuffed with myself, and that worked on all 4 of those remaining bolts, and we got the last lashing points out of the van. Just when I thought I was on the home straight, I go to lift the boards up and they are not coming out. I'm thinking, what's going on? There must be some more bolts. There's no more bolts left on the floor. What I didn't realize was that Volkswagen put a nice, unbelievably sticky tar like substance right down the center of this floor, which meant I had to get the old guns out to get this bad boy up. In the end, with a bit of persuasion, just a bit of pushing and jiggling around, it eventually came up, as you can see, and I proceeded to take the floor out of the van. So with another lovely view of my bottom there, the final board comes out, and that was the floor removed from the van, and it was filthy. Unbelievably filthy compared to the walls. I was quite shocked, but nothing a good clean can't sort out. So there we have it. Thanks for watching. That is the floor removed and ready to be cleaned. Total amount spent so far is £82.98 on the socket set and tools to get the floor out, so we're doing well. Make sure you follow along. As always, any advice, leave them in the comments. Love you, bye.